Hey, moving in for race 1 at Flemington now, punters. The B.R. Smith hurdle race. Here's Greg Miles for the call of race 1.
Off they go. And Reba Dice, one of the first out. Seabiscuit a fraction slow. The Red Man and Mr. Milligan showing pace out wide. Leading Bounty is prominent down on the inside when they leap the first hurdle now. The favourite Seabiscuit dropping out to be a clear last and coming past the 300 the first time. Here's Mr. Milligan moving up on the outside to go to the lead over Leading Bounty. King of the Bay a length away third. Then the Red Man moving up into fourth placing from Outback Bronze. Mexican Sage 2 lengths to the grey Reba Dice, followed then by Extra Jovial towards the end as Our Poetic Star when they jump this one. And back last is Seabiscuit. Around to go, 8 hurdles to negotiate, and Mr. Milligan out to the 2200 metres had got away about 4 lengths now on Leading Bounty and King of the Bay. In fourth placing the Red Man on the inside of Outback Bronze, and then Mexican Sage outside Reba Dice. 1.5 away to Our Poetic Star, and then Extra Jovial and Seabiscuit. Out to the riverside they go now over that 2000 crossing and heading up towards the next jump. It's Mr. Milligan establishing a good lead in the early part of the race. He's got out 6 lengths. Oh, didn't jump it at all well though. And he leads now from Leading Bounty second on the inside of King of the Bay. 4 lengths back the Red Man in fourth placing from Outback Bronze, Mexican Sage, Reba Dice on the rail. A break of 3 lengths further back is Seabiscuit, who's gone up now to be over on the outside as they jump this hurdle of Our Poetic Star, and Extra Jovial last of all. About 1600 metres to go, and Mr. Milligan the leader. His lead only about 4 lengths now to King of the Bay and Leading Bounty. Mexican Sage moving up to fourth on the outside over that one from the Red Man. 1.5 to Reba Dice. Outback Bronze and then Extra Jovial the outside of Our Poetic Star, and Seabiscuit back to last 1300 metres to go. Here's the next hurdle coming up. Mr. Milligan trying to do it all. Over it he goes. He jumped that one better. Led from Leading Bounty second. King of the Bay a length and a half away third. Mexican Sage fourth the outside of the Red Man. Another 2 lengths break in the field. Reba Dice over on the inside at that one, followed by Extra Jovial. Seabiscuit now starting its run from Our Poetic Star, and Outback Bronze had dropped out to last. 1,000 to go, 3 to jump. And Mr. Milligan still 6 lengths in front, coming up towards the third last one now. He jumped that one well from Leading Bounty second. 2 lengths away in third placing, Mexican Sage feeling the pinch a bit. Seabiscuit hard ridden to make some ground. The Red Man fourth on the rail. Our Poetic Stars picked up some ground coming towards the turn, and then Reba Dice, King of the Bay, dropping out of it. Extra Jovial's a long way back second last under pressure, and Outback Bronze. Mr. Milligan the leader, 600 to go. Leading Bounty's giving chase now. He's only 2 lengths away from the leader. Then the Red Man, Mexican Sage. Our Poetic Star is next in the field, and then Seabiscuit on the outside who lead a big sprint in the run home with Reba Dice on the rail. Mr. Milligan 2 to jump. Here's the second last inside the 400. At it over it he goes from Leading Bounty. The Red Man in third placing, and then Our Poetic Star, the rest not doing much. And now with about 250 to go, here's the last one coming up. Mr. Milligan stepped over it from Leading Bounty. The toppy's grinding home well on the inside. Mr. Milligan the leader, 120 metres to go. Leads from Leading Bounty. Every stride he's getting closer. Mr. Milligan about a head in front. Leading Bounty's coming at him. Mr. Milligan holding on, and Mr. Milligan beat Leading Bounty half a length. 7 lengths away third is Our Poetic Star, just in advance of the Red Man, and then Reba Dice, Mexican Sage. Seabiscuit didn't go on. A long break then to Extra Jovial, King of the Bay, and Outback Bronze was last to complete the course. Mr. Milligan is the winner, number 12, ridden by Philip Scattergood. At its second hurdle start, ran second to Seabiscuit on debut, but has gone right on with the job, leading all the way today. Leading Bounty second, number 2, ridden by Tim Wheeler, and number 9 was third, Our Poetic Star, who made its debut with a win at Cranbourne, ridden by Rod Grantley, as we await the official placings to go up on the first of the day. It's good win to Mr. Milligan, number 12, ridden by Philip Scattergood, trained by Rod Simons, who will enjoy a big day today. He's got a runner in the Grand National Steeplechase as well. Missed out with Newton, who had to be scratched through an injury, but has Turf Tavern in the race, and it could be a big day of celebration down Bendigo way. Mr. Milligan leading all the way is by Chime Square from Ali Amber. Second, Leading Bounty, first sign of a return to form for him, a good performance, and third to Our Poetic Star. Numbers are 12, 2 and 9 on the first of the day, with the second due at 12:40.
Well done, thanks, Greg. Now, Newcastle race there and Hollywood. They're almost set. Race 1 at Randwick, his job.
And the gates open. They're off and running. Snore began just a little tardily. Posey's about the first out, away smartly, and looking for the early lead is Land Sighting. And right up there with them in the early part, looking towards the lead is Storm Princess. But Land Sighting's in front at the end of 200 metres. About a half length on Mastery, who's travelling wide. Snore will settle third on the fence. A length away Storm Princess on the outside of Barrington. A length and a half to Posey, and Seymour Money is last, 8 off the lead. Coming to the 700 metres mark, and Land Sighting is in front, about 3/4 on Mastery. Jimmy Cassidy looks to be niggling Mastery as they near the corner. Snore is third, getting the run of the race, followed by Storm Princess around Barrington. Posey taking off is going to be pushed fairly deep on the turn and tailed off Seymour Money. Into the straight, Land Sighting the leader. Mastery's the first beat and dropped off quickly as they turn for home, and Snore has run into a clear-cut second place on top of the rise, but Land Sighting allowed more rain by Craig Carmody, has put a gap on them. Land Sighting raced about 5 in front of Snore, followed by Mastery and Storm Princess. Land Sighting, a very impressive winner here the other day, and he's going to be even more impressive today. Craig Carmody just lets him coast over the line, and he wins by about 5 to Snore. Storm Princess third, Mastery is fourth, was never comfortable today, followed by Barrington, and the last couple are Seymour Money and Posey. Well, he never got out of overdrive. Land Sighting, a very, very easy win. And he'll pay $1.80 and $1.10, and Craig Carmody didn't move on him. And now we know why. Connections refused a fairly healthy offer for this horse recently from Hong Kong interests. It was no thank you, not for sale. And now you can see why. $1.80 and $1.10, Land Sighting. They knew what they were doing. They said, no, not for sale. I think the offer was 200,000. Look at Craig having a peep back there. I don't think he could believe how far in front he was. Lovely big horse by Greg, a New Zealand stallion. Greg raced in Sydney. I can remember him winning a race at Randwick here during an autumn carnival, ridden by Bruce Compton.
2, 3 and 7.
2, 3, 7 are the numbers. 2, 3, 7 are the numbers. Land Sighting, Snore and Storm Princess. 2, 3, 7.
Systems crashed.
Systems crashed. Thanks, Craig. His Honour the Judge, Craig Leet, tells me the infield semaphore has crashed. No numbers available, nothing available. 2, 3, 7 are the numbers.
All set. Off they go. Go Bust began quickly with Hosiery on the inside. Scenic Island snagged back at the rear. Bellow Senor will settle second last early. And Go Bust leads in the early stages from Mr. Bombastic, whipping up quickly now to tackle the leader. Hosiery settling 2 lengths away in third, and then Dana Jiver a half scuttlebutt. Scenic Island on the inside, and then Bellow Senor and Tampico. Go Bust settles in front by a length and a quarter to Mr. Bombastic and about 4 lengths to Hosiery. On the rail, Scenic Island, 1 Dana Jiver a half the outside to scuttlebutt. Tampico second last, and Bellow Senor now neck away on the outside within 7 or 8 from the leader. At the 1,000-metre mark, and Go Bust steadied in front, slowing the tempo down a little. Half a length to Mr. Bombastic and 3 lengths back Scenic Island on the inside of Hosiery. 3/4 to Scuttlebutt out 3 wide, and then Dana Jiver between horses on the rail, Tampico. And Bellow Senor just niggled out a little at the end of the field, given a slap with a whip by Brereton coming up towards the turn to make some ground. They've slowed the tempo right off. The field is packed up with only 5 lengths first to last now, and Go Bust will corner a narrow leader over Mr. Bombastic. Hosiery third the outside. Scenic Island back on the rail. Scuttlebutt coming wide, then Dana Jiver. Tampico one of the last near the inside, and Bellow Senor under the whip. Into the straight now at the 400, and Go Bust by a length to Mr. Bombastic and Scenic Island. Hosiery is next, and then Tampico getting to the outside, and Bellow Senor on the rail. 300 to go. Go Bust a length and a half in front of Mr. Bombastic. Another 3 lengths break to Tampico and Hosiery. Bellow Senor can't go on. Inside the 200, Go Bust the leader from Mr. Bombastic. Hosiery and Tampico starting to close now. Go Bust from Mr. Bombastic, Hosiery and Tampico. 4 across the track. Hosiery and Tampico come to the line together. Bob and go. Either Tampico or Hosiery. There's nothing in it. Heads up and down. Mr. Bombastic, I think, third, just in front of Go Bust. Then there's a break to Bellow Senor, outsprinted in the run home from Scenic Island, Scuttlebutt and Dana Jiver. Photo to decide it here. Great finish. Tampico and Hosiery are the two that came away to fight the race out. And it looks like Hosiery might have an advantage on the inside as we await the judge to semaphore the number. Looks like she's got it on the rails there, Hosiery. Yes, she has. Number 5, Hosiery, the winner, ridden by Darren Gouchy. Taking on the Colts and up from midweek company, but she's been too good. In a narrow go, beating number 4, Tampico, Nathan Stanley. And number 9, Mr. Bombastic is third, just in advance of Go Bust, so it's 5, 4, 9 official. 5, 4 and 9. Well, it's a good performance by this filly in the pink colours of the Woodland Stud to scrape home in a 4-way finish. Tampico, gosh, he's not only knocking on the door, he's just about knocked it over. He must win a race soon. He's just got bobbed out in a bob of the heads finish there. And certainly one stride before and one stride after. I reckon he might have been in front, Tampico, but right on the line, the filly has prevailed. Hosiery, who's by night shift from Stockings, one of the many beautifully named horses out of that Woodland Stud syndicate with Jack and Bob Ingham. Trained by John Hawkes and ridden by Darren Gouchy.
Son of Palace Music. Now, Pipe has come up into line. Light Year in the Laurel Oak colours is about to join them. Astra Boy moving up. The Laird has moved in. And River Century is the last one to go up. Very rarely that we see two promising horses clashing in the middle of winter in the shape of Pipe and Astra Boy, both very promising. Now the starter coming over to his rostrum to release the field on a perfect winter's day in Sydney, not a breath of wind. And they're slightly ahead of time. Starter looks at his watch as he climbs onto the rostrum, and now they're ready for dispatch in the Lucy's Retreat handicap. Stand by for a start. They're off. And the 5 of them came out nicely. Pipe, if anything, might have been a shade tardy. The rider of River Century is keen to lead, and he's hustling that horse along to try and get over, but Astra Boy's keeping him bobbing in the early part. Settling down third, the Laird on the outside of Pipe, and dropping out 2 lengths last is Light Year in the run to the first turn, and River Century got over to the fence. Rider of Astra Boy not happy with the pace apparently, and he's allowed the top weight to stride up on the outside and go to a narrow lead now. Astra Boy is just shading River Century. The Laird is third on the outside of Pipe, who's going to get the run of the race, and a length and a half away at the tail of the field is Light Year. Around that first corner, Astra Boy on the outside is shading River Century. 1.5 to the Laird, who's got Pipe in a zip fastener pocket at the moment, and a length and a half away last of the 5 is Light Year. 800 out, Astra Boy at a leisurely pace, about a neck on River Century. The Laird is holding Pipe in a pocket, and still Light Year last of the 5, and is going to have the last shot at them as they near the 600 metres mark. Astra Boy a neck on River Century. The Laird is third, and Larry Cassidy is intent on keeping Pipe in the pocket, and tacking on at the tail of the field is Light Year. Now they're in earnest as they come around the turn with Astra Boy and River Century, the 2 leaders. The Laird is in third place. Pipe is locked away at the moment as they come over the rise, and Light Year is about to be taken to the extreme outside. He's got the last dash at them. On top of the hill, Astra Boy led, got away from River Century. In third place, the Laird. Pipe just flat-footed for a stride or two, is starting to wind up, but Astra Boy's got a good break. Astra Boy clear with 100 to go. Here's the white blaze of Pipe coming through in the centre. Pipe's trying his heart out, but Astra Boy's holding him easily as they get near home, and Astra Boy is simply too good on the day. Astra Boy beat Pipe. The Laird is third, Light Year fourth, and last of the 5 is River Century. I don't think there's much between those two horses. I know there's a length margin today, but it was run at a dawdle, and they sprinted the last 500 metres, and when they kicked, Pipe was just left floundering there for a stride or two. I think in a more truly run race he'll be better suited, but how can you take anything away from Astra Boy, who raced one out, a neck in front of that bolter, River Century, which must have driven him mad, and he was able to just kick. He's got that superior turn of acceleration, and he just went whoosh when they got to the top of the hill. He put a length and a half on the Laird. I'll tell you one thing about Pipe. What a trier. Now have a look at this slow motion replay. See him in there, white blaze, black jacket. You can tell when a horse is doing his best. Head dead straight, neck outstretched. Look at him try. Struth, he's a trier. But number 1, the winner, Astra Boy, to pay $1.60 and $1.04. Pipe $1.40, and the Laird no third tote. Astra Boy makes it 6 out of 11, and he's certainly destined for bigger things than this, as is Pipe. And I guess you can't completely dismiss the Laird. He might be an improver also. He's by snippets, and he wasn't beaten very far.
Moved up, field ready to go, 1,200 metres the journey. All set. Off they go. Follow Goal began quickly in company with Toy Carousel, and they're going to split and go to the flat side rail. El Camino is going to come down the grandstand. It began quickly out there with Amber Boy, and Pax Day began fast. Abbotswood dropping in behind them with Nishani, and Harvey lasted the division on the grandstand side, which is being led by Amber Boy. Over on the other side, they're heading down to the 800 metres now, and the leader is Birdland Jazz, a length and a half or two clear. Follow Goal moving up on the outside of Toy Carousel, and Chevelle's on the rail, and just behind these horses is Honour of Bounds, and the flat rail might just be the leaders with 600 metres to go. And Amber Boy led El Camino down the grandstand in front of Pax Day and the Cerise Cutters. Abbotswood just behind them, followed by Harvey at the 500 metres, and Birdland Jazz on the flat got away here on Toy Carousel. Follow Gold and Chevelle out on the grandstand. El Camino took the lead from Amber Boy, and they've raced away from Pax Day. On the other side, Birdland Jazz, 250 to go, has a big lead, and Birdland Jazz is 5 lengths in front on the flat division with El Camino leading the grandstand. They look to fight it out. One on one side, Birdland Jazz, and El Camino the other. Birdland Jazz on the flat in front of El Camino. 50 metres to go. Birdland Jazz on the inside in front, and Birdland Jazz wins it from El Camino second. Honour of Bounds third over on the other side. They're clear of Toy Carousel, Chevelle. Then Harvey out on the grandstand side again, followed by Follow Gold, who couldn't go on. Amber Boy, Pax Day, Nishani and Abbotswood at the tail of the field. Birdland Jazz all the way on the flat side rail has lasted to win. El Camino first home on the grandstand side, probably a little between the two divisions as we await the judge to semaphore numbers on the third. There it goes, 3 Birdland Jazz, Sam Highland first. Number 5, El Camino, Danny Nikolic second. And third should go again on the flat side rail to Honour of Bounds. Number 10, there it goes, 3, 5 and 10 official, and the time 1:13.1.
You have to release the field. Shozaloza with the off-hind kicking at the rear gate. Off. Shozaloza bounced in front at the start. Princess Lyra headed her straight away. Blue Valley is prominent with Dance Hall Dame coming over in the purple colours with the white cap. And then Chanty with aphasia and dropping out last on deck at the end of 200 and coming to the crossing at the mile pole. Princess Lyra led at a very leisurely speed. She's nearly 2 in front of Dance Hall Dame. Shozaloza tucked away third, wants to go just a little hard. A length to Blue Valley, a length to Chanty. A half length away aphasia, and a length and a half last is on deck. Into the back stretch at the 1400 mark, and it's Princess Lyra travelling well within herself, led by a length and a half or a little more to Dance Hall Dame. A length then to Shozaloza as they go by the 1400 mark. A length to Blue Valley, and then Chanty on the inside of aphasia, and a length and a quarter away last is on deck. 1200 out as they go down the back, and Larry Cassidy is rating Princess Lyra to a nicety in front, led by 1.5 to Dance Hall Dame with brother Jimmy on top. In third place, Shozaloza, and 3/4 away Blue Valley. 1.5 to Chanty, and ahead to aphasia, and a length and a half last on deck. On the top turn now, 1,000 metres out, or a little less than that. Princess Lyra by a length to Dance Hall Dame, who's moving closer. Shozaloza getting a cushy run third, a neck away Blue Valley. 2 to Chanty, and a half to aphasia, and 2 to on deck last. 800 metres out. Princess Lyra the leader by 1 length to Dance Hall Dame. There's no change in order. Larry Cassidy starting to slip along now on this leader. Shozaloza in third place, Blue Valley on the outside. A gap to Chanty, who's under heavy pressure, so is aphasia. And on deck as last of the 7, but starting a forward move as they near the turn. Princess Lyra still under some restraint by 2 to Dance Hall Dame and Shozaloza. Blue Valley hooking out 3 and 4 deep on the turn. The others headed by aphasia. Over the rise, Princess Lyra's got a big lead. She's 4 on Shozaloza. Dance Hall Dame did absolutely nothing. She's the first beaten to the 200. Princess Lyra has gapped them, put about 5 on Shozaloza, running on gamely, and then Blue Valley. Dance Hall Dame will finish a mile back, but it's all Princess Lyra with 100 to go, and the good trot continues for the John Size stable. Larry Cassidy eases up as he goes over the line on Princess Lyra to win it easily from Shozaloza. Getting up for third is aphasia, and then on deck and Dance Hall Dame, followed by Blue Valley, and tailed off is Chanty. Gee, she made him look very cheap. Princess Lyra stepping up in distance. That was her first crack at a middle distance, and now we know that's exactly what she needs. That's what she's been looking for. And Larry rated her beautifully in front. Gee, was he reminiscent of the old Harold Park days with the drivers like Kevin Robinson and Laurie Moles? Weren't they great on a front runner? Well, that's how Larry Cassidy was here, bowling along in front and just rating the tempo to suit himself. Princess Lyra, $3.50 and $2.30. Shozaloza second, ridden by Craig Agnew, will return 3.10. Number 1, Aphasia third, no third dividend. And the numbers are 4, 6 and 1. Princess Lyra, Shozaloza, Aphasia.
Lord. Right, Nick, yes, they're getting set for the big one. 5,000 metres, 28 fences to collect the bulk of the $130,000 prize. It's a terrific race, always one of great excitement, thrills and spills. Let's hopefully there's not going to be any of those today, but it's a tough, gruelling race. Turf Tavern's come up into line. Field nearly ready with the last few to get set. On course, it's virtually equal favourites, Burraby Lord and Usurper. Burraby Lord is a narrow favourite ahead of Usurper, and around the neck is the clear third elect in the race after having burst into prominence by winning the Crisp here last Saturday in grand style. Burraby Lord took out the Australian steeplechase at Sandown on a heavy track before he failed at Moonee Valley, but this is his course. He ran a wonderful third in it last year after leading for much of the race, at some stages by up to about 10 lengths. He's likely to try and do it out in front again today. Here's Usurper coming up into line now. He ran a great race on Saturday last. Looks to be back on track. Jim Houlihan, the winning trainer of the Grand National Hurdle, has Usurper going here. Now they're all locked away. Off again, and Booster Hoove took the last two gates on the outside. Gates are back. Off in the Grand National. Burraby Lord won the start on the inside from Persian Roll. Away quickly is Usurper on the outside with Booster Hooves, Piloton and Tel Disco settling behind them, and they're followed by Paxtino when they come to the second of 28 in the race. Tall Rumour next on the outside, followed by Naruma Guy, Turf Tavern, then off again around the neck a good way back with Best Endeavours and River Tough as last of all, and at the third fence Burraby Lord has established a good lead turning out of the straight. Best Endeavours back second last, didn't land very well, and out they go now with Burraby Lord the leader. Usurper is up second on the inside of Booster Hooves. 2 lengths to Persian Roll, Paxtino round the outside, Tel Disco the rail, then Naruma Guy, Piloton, Tall Rumour covering a bit of ground on the outside. As they go to the first on the riverside, they're being followed by Turf Tavern, and then off again around the neck, Best Endeavours and River Tough as last of all. At the next on the riverside, Burraby Lord sailed over it beautifully, and he's landed about 7 lengths clear. Paxtino is second, Usurper near the inside is third. They're followed by Tel Disco with Persian Roll, Booster Hooves and Tall Rumour going up on the outside. In behind them, Naruma Guy, a length and a half to Piloton, about 3 lengths to Turf Tavern. Another 3 lengths break in the field to off again, and around the neck over on the inside as they go to the last on the riverside, and then Best Endeavours and River Tough. As they head out now, they're going to the Smithfield Road treble on the first circuit, and Burraby Lord is a comfortable leader. He's out by about 4 lengths. Usurper on the inside is in second placing with Tall Rumour and Paxtino going around him, and then Tel Disco, Piloton and Persian Roll as they go down the back the first time, and the treble coming up on the first circuit. And here's Burraby Lord over the first of it beautifully from Tall Rumour, who's gone up into second placing. In third spot then is Paxtino at the middle of the treble, followed by Usurper, Persian Roll and Piloton on the outside. Then as they go to the last of the treble, next in the field is Booster Hooves on the outside, followed then by Naruma Guy, 2 lengths to Tel Disco, 3 lengths to Turf Tavern, 5 lengths to off again. Around the neck is spotting them a long start early. River Tough and Best Endeavours on the inside last of all. Double coming up down the side, and Burraby Lord over the first of it reasonably well, about 6 lengths in front. Running second is Tall Rumour. Here's the second of the double now. Burraby Lord jumped that one well, lands in front of Tall Rumour, Paxtino, Usurper, Persian Roll. A gap to Naruma Guy over on the inside of Piloton as they swing down for the lane. In behind those horses then is Booster Hooves and Tel Disco coming out wide. A gap to Turf Tavern, off again. Best Endeavours, River Tough and around the neck the last few. Here's fence number 13 coming up. There's 5 down the lane, and coming up towards the first of them, Burraby Lord over it in front of Tall Rumour. He's giving a great display out in front. He leads by 6 lengths. Usurper tucked away third on the inside. Persian Roll fourth the outside, and they're being followed then. Oh, Naruma Guy is rider called for a cab there. He was able to gather his irons and get it all together again though. Moving up Tel Disco around Booster Hooves as they go to the hedge. Back behind behind those horses is Peloton over it, and then Turf Tavern. Off again, River Tough a good way back as Burrowee Lord goes to the brick wall. Back behind these horses then, around the neck, still a long way back on the inside, and he dipped on landing at that one, and Best Endeavours is last of all. Over fence 17, and Burrowee Lord has gone out by about 8 lengths now. Running second is Tall Rumour as they head out of the straight. Paxtino third, Persian Roll outside Usurper. 4 lengths back in the field then came Booster Hooves, and he's being followed by Naruma Guy. The pace is quickened here. Tel Disco, Peloton and Turf Tavern next. From off again, River Tough around the neck towards the end, and Best Endeavours is last when they go to the first on the riverside. And let's see, they've all got over that one okay. And Burrowee Lord is coming up towards the fence near the 1800. Put in a couple of short ones over it. Tall Rumour second, nearly lost it. He's been able to recover though. Paxtino Usurper third and fourth. Persian Roll the outside, then came Booster Hooves. Long break Naruma Guy. Around the neck is starting to pick up a little bit of ground as they jump that one from off again. They're followed by Turf Tavern, River Tough, Peloton, Tel Disco, and Best Endeavours is a bad last when they sail over the next one. And Burrowee Lord is the leader. He's going to go out to the Smithfield treble again with a lead of about 5 lengths to Persian Roll, who's gone to second. Tall Rumour, Paxtino, Booster Hooves improving his position from Usurper. Naruma Guy picking up a bit of ground, and then Turf Tavern around the neck, followed by off again River Tough and Peloton on a long break then to Tel Disco and Best Endeavours. Here's the treble coming up for the last time. Burrowee Lord increased his lead again. He jumped it beautifully from Persian Roll, Paxtino, Usurper, Booster Hooves. Middle of the treble, Burrowee Lord jumping it beautifully from Persian Roll. A length Paxtino, Usurper, then Booster Hooves as Burrowee Lord goes to the last of the treble, and he's got a good lead now. Around the neck is starting to pick up a bit of ground. He's got into about 5th placing. There's 4 to jump. Burrowee Lord leads by about 7. Running second is Paxtino. Booster Hooves has got into 3rd. Around the neck has picked up ground, so has Turf Tavern over the 4th last one. Then there's a break. Oh, one down. Booster Hooves fell. Persian Roll fell as well. In separate incidents, those two are out of it. And Burrowee Lord coming up towards the second last one. There's 700 to go. Paxtino is 5 lengths astern, 5 lengths Turf Tavern, and they're followed by around the neck, off again, and Naruma Guy from River Tough. Burrowee Lord goes over the second last one. Paxtino still 5 lengths back, and 4 or 5 lengths then around the neck on the inside of Turf Tavern, and a gap Naruma Guy and off again. On the turn, one to jump, Burrowee Lord, he deserves it. He led all the way last year before falling in a heap to run 3rd, but he comes to the last with 400 to go with a good lead. Burrowee Lord, at the last, he's jumped it beautifully, and he leads by 6 lengths to Paxtino, who's trying very hard on weary legs, and then a gap to around the neck, with off again, finishing along the inside, but it looks to be Burrowee Lord here. With about 150 metres to go. He's about 7 lengths, he's tired. Off again is starting to make a lot of ground in him along the inside. 100 metres to go. Burrowee Lord, he's dead on his feet. He's 4 lengths. Off again is getting out of the ground. Burrowee Lord is walking. He's holding on, he'll get there. Burrowee Lord beat off again by 3/4 of a length. A magnificent victory. Paxtino is about 10 lengths back 3rd. They're followed by around the neck and Naruma Guy, Turf Tavern and River Tough. Then there's a long break of about 100 metres to the rest. Peloton, Tall Rumour, Old Best Endeavours and Tel Disco completing the course. Burrowee Lord has lasted to win.
Great call, Grego. Well done. Race 4 at Flemington. Burrowee Lord, the jockey, just shaking his hand there. He's obviously got a very tough ride, but it was a good win. He led last year and fell. He won it this year. Here's Newcastle Race 4. They're moving in Britain.
Prinzan's Pirate stands in nicely, light flashing on top, and they're off. Oh, there's a start and a half. A beauty. Came out almost as one, and Apache King and Light Work are the first out. Away smartly, Air Affair, followed by Blazing Arch, Fighter Command, prominent but off the track. And then Penzan's Pirate, Harmonised, Baroncelli, Elaine's Magic, Devil's Design, dropping out last, Hold My Hand. Apache King went to the lead at the end of 300 by a length to Air Affair. Light Work in the centre. Blazing Arch makes a line of 3 as they go up to the first turn. The leader wants to over race a bit. A length away, Penzan's Pirate, followed by Harmonised, Baroncelli. Fighter Command 3 deep in the dark blue colours and can't get in. Further back, Elaine's Magic, followed by Devil's Design, and last is Hold My Hand. Coming to the 800 crossing, and it's Apache King, joined on the outside by Blazing Arch. Air Affair getting the run of the race on the inside of Light Work, followed by Penzan's Pirate, who's 3 deep. Fighter Command is 4 deep as they come to the 600 mark. The field is tightly packed.